Well, new this morning, Connecticut Children has agreed to end pediatric gender-affirming care after a settlement with the Department of Justice.
The hospital will also provide $500,000 to former patients as part of that agreement. Your reporter Taylor Knight live outside the hospital in Hartford. So, Taylor, tell us what all this means.
Well, Connecticut Children's is the third hospital to reach an agreement with the Trump administration, and this comes just about a year after the hospital announced that it would be winding down its gender care program amid pressure from the federal government. Connecticut Children's has agreed not to perform gender-affirming procedures on minors. According to a statement from the Department of Justice, that includes administering puberty blockers and hormones to and performing surgeries on children under 18. Connecticut Children's has also agreed to pay a monetary penalty and will dedicate an additional $500,000 in medical care for individuals having to live with the, quote, harmful consequences of gender-affirming care. That's according to the DOJ. Last year, the Trump administration issued an executive order to end gender-affirming care for patients under 19 across the country. Federal funding cuts were threatened if hospitals did not comply. But gender-affirming surgeries were found to be extremely rare among transgender and gender-diverse minors. A Harvard University study published in JAMA Pediatrics back in 2024 found that less than 0.1% of children 8 to 17 with private insurance received puberty blockers or gender-affirming hormones between 2018 and 2022, and 0 surgical procedures occurred in minors ages 12 and younger. Connecticut Children's just sent us a statement about this agreement. It says, quote, "We can confirm we have reached a resolution that allows our organization to remain focused on our mission of improving the health and well-being of children. Most importantly, patient privacy remained our foremost concern throughout this process, and we were able to resolve this matter without disclosing any protected patient information to the U.S. government. We have complied and will continue to comply with all federal and state laws. We have no additional comment beyond the information contained in today's DOJ announcement." We're going to have their full statement up on our website, WFSB.com. Your reporter in Hartford, Taylor Knight, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.